Hey, what's going on? Yeah, it's your boy 3 Stacks in this thing, representing the squad. And today I'm going over an update on my PK Fire deck. I really do enjoy this deck a lot, mostly because I'm able to play rituals in it. That's the main reason why it's just stayed close to me. Like, any deck I can play rituals in, I'm gonna like it 1,000 times more than I already did like it, just because I can ritual summon. I'm like a huge fanatic of ritual summoning. It's a euphoric feeling. And also, my boy gave me a proxy for Cherubini, the Link monster that's coming out for the Bring Abyss. So I'm able to showcase the deck profile featuring him. Of course, he's not legal. This isn't even English, and I just wanted to showcase it and pretty much, you know, like have it there to make the deck look pretty. But I understand that we can't use it yet. So let's hop right into the deck profile. My deck profile for Burning Abyss is always different from any other deck profile you see. And it has a lot of card choices that most people won't agree with. Obviously, people don't really see value in the ritual. They don't like it. They don't like the ritual spell. That's understandable. In like coming from, you know, somebody who plays Burning Abyss competitive, I can see, you know, the counter argument, but I play my deck the way I like it, and this is the way I like it. Nobody's going to change my mind. So let's hop into the main deck, and spoiler alert, it's actually not a 40 card deck. So we played 2 copies of Malakota, the Netherlord of the Burning Abyss. So during any player's turn, he's going to discard a BA and decrease a monster's attack and defense by the attack and defense of the BA that you send. That effect is irrelevant. It can come up because it can be used in damage step. What the most important thing is during either player's turn, you're going to activate a Burning Abyss monster's effect as a quick effect. You know, using him on legs to dump a Sir, dump a Graf, dump a Skarn, dump a Farfar, dump a Libic, dump a Alic, dump a Calcab. There's so many different ways that you can interfere in your opponent's turn. This card is like a pseudo Beatrice. It doesn't dump from deck, but if you have the card in your hand, you can use it. Even barbaring for game, like declaring an attack on a monster, or like activating barbar to shrink a monster by 17, burning for 900, then attacking over that monster. It can be a game ender. I really like this card. And then the other part that I love about this card is if this ritual summon monster is sent from the field to the grave, you can send 1 card on the field to the graveyard. It's removal that even like a Dark Destroyer, like it doesn't even matter. Like it doesn't destroy, and I really love that. And then we play 3 copies of Phoenix Rhino Warrior. I really like opening up with this card. There's an infamous 2-card combo that's kind of become a thing now with him and just any BA. But the most important thing with him is if I have a monster that's not a BA, I really need him to be on the field so that my BAs don't die through their own inherent weakness. So he fixes a lot of the flaws in the deck. That's why I like 3. And he's 3 more copies of any BA that you want to play. So you also have 3 Skarn, which essentially this adds 6 extra names to whatever BA you play. So you actually play 7 copies of Sir, believe it or not. You have 7 Sirs, right? That's pretty insane to me, to have 7 Sirs, to have 7 Grafs, to have 6 extra of any BA. This searches it, this tutors it. I really like this. This is consistent. It's really powerful. We play a lot of monsters too, like a lot. So you have your 3 Phoenix Rhino Warrior, your 3 Skarn. So these are your engine cards. These are your enablers, your utility. And then we're going to continue with our engine-like cards, your play starters. Not all of them are necessarily consistent, but they get the engine rolling. And once the deck gets going, it's pretty strong. Then you have 2 copies of Libic. Similar to a Phoenix Rhino Warrior, he can fix that problem where you can get a BA on the field next to a monster that's not a BA and it won't die. But most importantly, he's going to allow you to go further into your combos. He is always an extender. He's never just a follow-up startup play because he's kind of sometimes like a neg, but you always use him as an extender. He's a lifesaver. And I play him at 2 because he comes up multiple times through the duration of every single duel. There's not one duel where he hasn't came up the second time. So I play 2. Then you have Graf and Sir and also Cogna. So these are all my engine cards. These are all contributing to what Burning Abyss do best when they're setting up going first. And then I have another category of my Burning Abyss monsters, which will help me going second and also give me disruption playing through boards and a form of disruption and a layer of disruption when I set up and I want to play on my opponent's turn. So Cogna is a BA that nobody really plays because BA players don't run the spells and traps for Burning Abyss monsters, and that's understandable. But I actually play 6 Burning Abyss spells and traps, so I have a really good setup with him. You can always dump your Fire Lake and add it with Dante because you can do the combo where you link summon with Dante. that's something that you can do. I don't really do that, but it's an option. Most importantly, I want to use him to dump my ritual spell, Good and Evil, so that I can have a search next turn for a Fire Lake, for my Sir, just a follow-up. So he's really strong. He guarantees you have a play next turn. That's why I like Cogna. So he's part of the engine, right? He searches just like this searches and this tutors, right? Sir is just, it's insane. If it's not banned, this deck is never going to die. And Graf is pretty strong too, but Sir is always going to be more powerful. Even early game, he's stronger than Graf. And Libic, so special from hand, special from deck, special from grave. Levier, special from Bandit Zone. You can special summon from anywhere. So that's it for your starter cards. As far as the BAs go, because you still have the PK engine. And then for your disruption, we have 3 Farfa. You have 2 Alic. This is pretty much your effect Veiler, and this is like... Farfa's just crazy. It's really, really strong. I even use Farfa on my own monsters to clear my extra monster zone, and during the end phase, it returns to the main monster zone. So I use Farfa on myself sometimes, but he helps you to push. He definitely can be a thorn on your opponent's side depending on what monster you hit. Also, when you see them pushing for a Link summoning board, Farfa can hit the highest Link rating monsters like the Link 3 or the Link 4 or even the Link 2 and prevent them from making the board that they're trying to make. So Farfa's annoying. And then Alix just Phoenix Chain, just negating a face-up monster's effects until the end of the turn. It's really strong. Dump it off of your Netherlord, dump it off of your Big Daddy Dante or off of your Beatrice. I like her at 2 because she comes up a lot as well. Then you have 2 Barbars. Barbar for game is pretty strong. I play 2, not only because he's the biggest body BA, but in the grind games, the second Barbar comes up a lot because you don't always have the resources to just waste your Dante to add the Barbar. You're always trying to use Dante to add Sir back and sometimes Fire Lake. Occasionally, you can waste a Dante to add him back, but because of the reason that you always have to waste a Dante, I opted to just play 2 Barbars. And then you also play 1 Calcap for those awkward back row decks. And then 1 Rubik. Rubik's not only a name, but it's a way to make your Virgil. Sometimes you get barriered. It happens. But for the most part, it's to make your Virgil without using your Beatrice because you can only use her once per duel, right? So that's pretty strong. That's going to conclude the BAs. And this segment of BAs, minus the Rubik, is your disruption. These are the BAs that you want to hit on your opponent's turn because they all do something to your opponent. This portion of BAs all assist you, so they do something for you. These do something for you, and these do something to your opponent. So I like to just keep it organized in categories. We're still not done with monsters. Now we have the PK engine. We have 3 boots, 2 cloak, and I actually played 2 ragged gloves. The reason why I played 2 ragged gloves is because my PK fire engine actually plays the rank up spell, which is really powerful. Setting up a Dark Requiem special summons XYZs from the graveyard. That's the best part of his effect. Bringing back Dante to the main monster zone, etc., etc. That's really, really strong. He can even revive your Beatrice after she's been properly XYZ summoned. Your Dark Requiem Dragon can bring her back, so you can have a second Beatrice, which is really strong. And for that reason, that's why I felt like it's enough synergy and there's enough benefits that come with the Phantom Knight's rank up spell that I wanted to play a second gloves because he enables the combo for the rank up spell a lot easier. And having the names for Phantom Knights matters too because for the rank up combo to happen, you need to be able to break sword and get 2 from grave. And because you banish so many, you still need enough names. So I play 7. Like I said, it's going to be some different stuff you see that you might not agree with, but I'm speaking from experience. And then 1 tour guide. So that's it for the monsters. Then for the spells, you play like so many good spells, it's crazy. We have 3 pre-preps and 3 regular preps for your searching. For your draw power, you play 3 Allure of Darkness, 2 Pot of Desires, 1 Reinforcement of the Army. What I need to add in addition to my 1-ups is just 1 Foolish Burial. What I wanted was to have these 6 and then the 3 Allures, the 2 Pots, the 1 Rhoda, and then the 1 Foolish. Foolish is the utility. Foolish is anything. Foolish is the God card. And then for your enablers, which is pretty much for the summoning mechanic in the form of spells, you play 3 Good and Evil of the Burning Abyss. This spell is your grind game. This deck can already grind to basically like as far as you want to go. That's how far this deck is going to go with you. So if you want to play into time, this deck doesn't have a problem with that. But this helps you out even more because every single turn you're searching out a Fire Lake. Even using Dante to add the Fire Lakes back. There have been games and I've actually been able to resolve Fire Lake for 3 and then another Fire Lake for 2. But if they had 3, I would have Fire Lake for 3 twice in 1 turn. Because you're able to get your Fire Lake so easily, so consistently. It's so strong. Like this ritual spell is not only to summon Malakota, it searches any Burning Abyss card. It's part of your engine. So it's just as consistent as Rhoda, just as consistent as the preps because it searches for the cards that you really, really need. And then you still gotta have draw power, right? Because searching is cool, but drawing gives you those random like one-ofs that you really need. And then finally, to sum up the spells, we play one Magic Launch. Magic Launch is really, really strong. For the most part, you're always going for Dark Requiem, but there are matchups like the Invoke Mech Knights. People really underestimate it, and it's like they don't believe it till they see it. Ophion wrecks that deck because literally everything they summon is level 5 or higher. It's a rare occasion when they're able to drop like a rank 4 or try to like hit you with an Instant Fusion if they play it. So it's like Ophion can really wreck them, and even when they mind control him, it doesn't matter. So Ophion's an auto win in the Invoke Mech Knight matchup. Ophion can be a thorn in a lot of different decks side. Even in the Pendulum Magicians, they can't summon Astros or Chronos or anything like that. They have to stick to rank 4s and, you know, just rank 4s. They can't even go level 8 Synchro, so they can't Raigeki. This spell is really strong. It increases your ceiling at least by 18% more just by playing it as a 1-of, and that's pretty strong, having a searchable 1-of. So that's it for your spells. Your traps are the goo. 3 Fire Lake and 3 Fog Blade. Would I ever cut these? No. I don't know why people don't play it. That's fine. Personal preference, player preference, all that good stuff. Entitled to your own opinion, just like I'm to mine. I like these traps a lot because they're searchable. They have synergy in the grave. If you look at my deck, the only cards that don't have synergy in my graveyard are actually just these spells. Every other card in my deck, well, including the tour guide, but every other card, literally every single other card in my deck has utility and also has synergy in the graveyard. So like you mill so good, like you mill so good all the time, it's crazy. That's gonna conclude the main deck. Now we're gonna hop into the extra deck. Cherubini that we can't use. Can't wait till we can use it because ooh, this card is nuts. And then you have 3 Big Daddy Dante, Little Daddy Dante. Big Daddy's right here. Then you got Beatrice, Virgil, pretty much the whole family, the really, really messed up family. A lot of things that he went through just to get Beatrice hit to 1. That's a sad story right there. Then we have 2 Break Swords. The PK engine's really strong. Break Sword is really strong. Break Sword plays through boards because whenever he destroys itself or if he gets destroyed, you summon them back and then you go into something else, which is really strong. I used to play an Evil Sword Nightmare and also Master Key Beetle. What I'm thinking about playing is Kier Gorgon, the Anti-Luminescent Knight. It's a rank 4 that prevents your cards from being targeted because he is a dark. So Break Sword will literally just pop and then go into that after that. So I'm really like strongly considering playing it. So I might have to cut one of my my Leviers. If I cut one, it's not going to be the DT. I'll cut the super. But Levier is one of my most frequently gone into rank 3s because your Banish Zone becomes a huge pool of resources towards the middle of your duel because you banish a lot. Then we have Requiem. This is what I was saying. When you summon Requiem, he negates monster effects. It's not once per turn, so he can negate up to the materials he has. And he destroys it, and then he special summons a XYZ from your grave. If you read Beatrice, she does not have a restriction saying she can only be special summoned by this, that, or the other. Once you properly XYZ summon her, and you can properly XYZ summon her over your Dante with her effect, read the card, you can bring her back off of Dark Requiem, and she'll float again, because if you read her, it says, if this card in your possession is destroyed by battle card effect, you're going to bring out another Burning Abyss from extra deck. So that's how you play 2 Beatrice, and that's that story. Then you have Ophion for the auto win in that matchup. Then you have Rebellion. That's how you're going to go into Dark Requiem. So you're going to Break Sword, pop, Rebellion, gain attack, and then go into Requiem. It's like a really strong combo. Then we have Nightmare Shark because he steals games, and also he has strong synergy with your Barbar, Detached Barbar. It's basically 29 to the face. That concludes the Burning Abyss PK Fire deck profile. Definitely let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'm always open for constructive criticism. Be it good or bad, you're going to get the same response from me. I'm not sensitive. Stuff doesn't really bother me like how most people, you know, get bothered by trolls and stuff. I don't really care. I'm happy with what I do. I love this channel. I love the people that are on this channel. I really love Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm passionate about the game. And I would love to hear what you guys think of my Burning Abyss deck, because obviously it's not what you see, you know, topping at YCSs and stuff like that. I kind of just play it the way I like it. But God bless you guys. Make good choices. Don't hurt your brain cells. And stay tuned for future content, because I have a lot of surprises for you. Peace.